This is Katie Harth with Mission Network News, and today I'm speaking with Lindsay, and she's one of the birth moms connected with Adoption Associates. So, Lindsay, could you kind of introduce us to the beginning of your journey?
I was living in upstate New York. I was engaged, and I discovered I was pregnant. And at first it was the normal, surprise and joyful. But a few weeks went by, and that joyfulness on my fiance's end turned into, you need to have an abortion. One Monday morning, and I'll never forget this, I made a phone call to my mom back home in Michigan and said, I have to have an abortion. There is no other option. And she said, oh, Lindsay, that is not your only option.
I often say to my birth moms, you're the only voice your baby has. What kind of life do you envision for your child? Inevitably, when they take themselves out of that scenario, they choose adoption.
Because I decided not to have an abortion, one evening when I returned home from work, all of my belongings were loaded onto a moving van, and I was taken to the bus station and put on a bus back to Michigan.
In choosing an adoption plan, it was a very empowering decision, just to know that I had control over my daughter's future and where I wanted her to be and how I wanted her to be raised and the family that I placed her in. And it was probably the most important decision I will ever make in my life.
How important was Adoption Associates in helping you make that decision? Like, what kind of role did they play?
They never pressure you to make that decision, but I think they're very concerned with making sure that it's the right decision for you and for your baby.
Sometimes a birth mom feels so alone in her decision, and no matter how strong she feels about her adoption plan, it's a lonely road, it's a lonely journey, and she needs that support and care from others who have either made that journey or are making that decision.
The women that I have met, we come from different backgrounds and different walks of life, but we are regular women.
This is really the only time that I can talk about the feelings that, come up. Otherwise, I would pretty much never talk about them.
The support group actually helped me mature a lot. They taught me that adoption is actually a really great thing. So there's more opportunities for me to do, like go to school and get a successful job and do that for my daughter.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that people don't understand that our decision is about our child. It's not about us at all.
It's not the same for everybody, but it really does help to have an outlet and other people that really do understand where you're coming from. I know the kind of pain that you've felt and that goes along with this decision.
They step outside of themselves, and the love of their child is the primary motivator for everything they do in making an adoption plan. That love is what I have seen at my support group meetings. That love is what drives them forward, saying, yes, this is a good decision. Yes, oh, this is so painful. But yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to give to my baby. I want my baby to have a family. I want my baby to have those opportunities that I am just not ready at this time in my life to give this child.
And I understand that there's a 5K and that you and a few other birth moms will be walking in this event. Why is this so important?
For me, it's just so important to give birth mothers a face and just to know what amazing women these birth mothers are and what a really, really tough choice that they had to make.
With birth mothers, especially the first year, there's different milestones that we will hit. For example, the first Mother's Day, the first Christmas, and then the first birthday, and just all of those firsts that come through knowing, no matter what that milestone is and whatever that emotion we're feeling, that we have a core group of women that for my whole life that I will be able to rely on and go to be able to express those feelings and that they will understand. They are some of the most strong and courageous and beautiful women I have ever met and that I will ever know. And I'm just so thankful that I have them in my life, and that we will have that friendship and that bond that we'll be able to take through the rest of our lives.
You guys are rocking!
And Adoption Associates is just a wonderful agency, and I'm just so blessed. I'm very thankful for them.